Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back, it's Jackson. We've got the anniversary Jubilee event on for the next 12 and a half days. There's more trade bars to get with this one. There's also another double XP event, so another great time to level up your characters. If you want some good strategies for leveling up characters, my advice to you would be, what I like to do is a random normal, pop a XP scroll just before the last boss dies, and then I do Dolmens for an hour. That's usually my way to go. I've got a video for that on my channel if you want to check it out. It's one of the videos that has the most views, so just type in The Grind, I think it's called. So yeah, if you want to watch that stuff. You can also do Scar Reach, you can do Spellscar. Spellscar's another good option in Craglorn. People with a lot of gold tend to use Black Rose Prison farming as a good way to get XP. It's very quick, but it's expensive. But yeah, random normal / Dolmens is usually the way most people do it, so yeah. Okay, so if you want to keep tabs on how long the event's going to go for, you just go to you press escape or menu and you go announcements. This timer here is how long the event's going to last. You can also go to Crown Store, and under the event category, quest starters, this quest is directly related to how long the event lasts as well. Now, getting access to trade bars, you're going to need to go to one of the starting zones. Glenumbra, Stonefalls over here, or Addon. I find Addon to be the easiest one to use. No matter which alliance you're in, both the Event Exchange and the Jubilee Bakery Barge are just easy to get to, or I mean, they're all easy to get to, but this one I just find to be the most practical. So just head to Vocal Guard Wayshrine. You'll have this unlocked as soon as you start the game. So yeah, it should be pretty practical. Just go to the nearest Wayshrine, just travel there whenever you're ready. Okay, so making your way there. This is one of the easiest quests to do in the game, and this is all you need to do to get access to your to the cake, which you basically just summon it through the collections menu. And you press E on it, and that's how you get your trade bars every day. It's very easy. So all you have to do for this quest is press E on this guy, press E on this woman over here, press E on this thing, and then there's another thing over there you gotta press E on. That's literally it, and you talk to the guy, and it's like 10 seconds later you get the quest done. It's very easy. So over here, talk to this guy. The screen will dim and darken for a bit, and then the quest will just be able to be handed in. So yeah, that's it. So there you go, and as soon as you see the talk button pop up, just give the guy a chat. Bam, done. Now go to your collections, go to tools, Jubilee cake here, press E on it, well bam, you got your trade bars. So every day, just go to tools, get the Jubilee cake out, it'll pop up, you just use E on it, and you'll get your 300 trade bars. If you want to keep track of when the daily reset is, which is when you'll be able to use the cake again to get some trade bars, there's two ways. There's a website here with ESO Hub, you've got the daily and weekly timer. These timers here, depending on which server you're on, so NA, just look at this one for example, as soon as this ticks over, that'll be when I can just activate the thing again and get my trade bars, or your trade bars. There's also an add-on called Pollux's Daily Quest Tracker. This has a reset timer to show when the daily quests reset, which will be exactly the same timer for being able to use that cake. For tickets on, the Impresario and Philius Dormier are at the Event Exchange, just like with the Bakery Barge. These are all located in the the starting zones. Vocal Guard or Stonefalls. I just find this one to be the easiest to get to because it's right next to the Vocal Guard Wayshrine. So Impresario right now. Oh, she's got a lot of stuff. I think. Oh yeah, this is all the stuff from previous events, I believe. So Worm Coulter was a couple of years back. Saber Keel, Earthmoon Aliad, sorry, is another one that was one of the previous years. You got the replicas of all the cakes previously, and you've got you've got the Bat Pet, which you used to get the vampire recall that I was using before. Doesn't look like you can get that recall though right now, which is unfortunate. But yeah, you can at least get the pet. And you also have one of the pieces of the blooming saddle. So this is basically, it looks like a Wild Hunt, like Bloodstone Mount, I think they're called. It's called Withersty in this case. It looks very similar though. So Philius Dormier sells very similar stuff. He's got a lot of styles from the like older events. If anyone wasn't around for the 10-year anniversary, the 4 weapon styles are available right now to also get with trade bars. Also Staff of Worms, it's just that I've already got it, so it's down here. There are also three things you can get. You can get a personality. You've got the Passion Muse one, and so what you need to do with this one is you need to buy the pet, and then you need to buy all the fragments for the personality, and then you fuse them together with the pet. For anyone who wasn't familiar with one of the recent quality of life updates, you no longer consume the pet every time you get one of these here. So you buy the pet and you never have to buy the pet again. It's much better now. There's also 2 skins. So you've got the Akatosh skin, and you've also got the Daedric skin. I quite like the Daedric skin, it looks pretty sick. So yeah, same thing. You can buy the pet now, the pet won't disappear, you don't have to buy it again, so you'll save a lot of trade bars in this day and age just buying this stuff, which is good, because it allows players who haven't really been on to get the stuff previously to catch up a little bit, compared to what we had to deal with before. So there's another vendor specifically in Craglorn. You can find the other 2 here, but this is the only place you can find Nenulaure, the Indrik vendor. Getting here, you won't have access to Belkarth unless you travel to Craglorn at some point. It's a bit of a pain getting here naturally. But the easiest way is to use home tours. So in the description I'll have like an Endeavours prep video. It just explains how home tours works. It's really easy. Basically just travel to other people's homes, leave, and it allows you to just get to the zone that it's in without having to ask people to take you there or like travel there yourself. So use Eleanor here and just travel west once you get there, and then you can easily get to Belkarth. So come past here, you can see Philius and Impresario there, and you've got Nenulaure over here. So what Nenulaure sells is these Indriks here. So you've got basically the like Adolescent Indrik, you've got the Ice Breath Indrik, and the Luminous Indrik. I like the Luminous one, it goes quite well with Templars, in my opinion. Or at least their skill lines. And then you've got, so the way this works is you've got the Indrik feathers that turns into the Adolescent Indrik. Now, just like with the pet, like versions of those like skins and personalities I was showing you before, it used to be that these Indrik feathers would be consumed whenever you create a new Indrik, but now that's not the case. So you buy the Indrik feathers for the Adolescent one, and then you just buy each of the berry ones, and you only have to buy each one once, which is great. It's better than what it used to be. There's also a pet to go with each one, so if you want like the Luminous one, you've got the pet for it. That's an example there, which is quite cool. So yeah, you have to buy each one, it costs 1,000 each, so naturally you probably... so if you want to know how many trade bars you've got to spend, just look at how long the event has left, and just times that by 300. So 12 times 300 days. So what, it's like 3,600? So you probably won't be able to get an Indrik. You'll be able to get a lesser one if you don't have that yet, but you won't be able to get a full adult one unless you've already got like one of the berries. If you do, you'll probably be able to. But just remember there's a lot of other stuff that you might want to spend trade bars on. Do be aware, in the Tamriel tomes which have come up, I'm going to be making a video on this, don't worry, there are trade bars all over the place here. So trade bars, trade bars, trade bars, and as you go you get more and more trade bars, so getting all the way to the end you start getting a lot more. Not so much here. Yeah, there you go, 2,000 there, as an example. And yeah, you also get seals, which is good. Doing specific activities each day will get you Anniversary Jubilee gift boxes. The first one you get each day, depending on the reset, you'll get a gold one. After that, you'll get purple ones. So the gold one has a lot of stuff in it. It's always got like a style page and usually a Jubilee confetti pack. These can get you a mount, so that's good. You get transfer crystals, materials, all sorts of stuff, fishing bait. Or like a lot of handy stuff that, especially like new players, will probably want to get. Especially some of these can sell for a lot. These designs. Now, getting these gift boxes, the easiest ways I think to get them is going to be Ritz. Is definitely one of the best ways. doing the equipment crafting writs and the consumable crafting writs, you just find these boards in each of the various cities. You can access these at level 6. They're pretty easy to get into, but you'll need to get get a bunch of materials to do all of them reliably. For new players, that might be a bit of a pain. So my advice is, if you're not that established, do the other option, which is Dolmens. But if you've really established, do writs. They're really easy. Yeah, they're really quick. So I usually go to Mournhall to do my writs because everything is like right here. The only thing is the provisioning stations over here, but it's not too bad. I think the best option people go to is Vivec City over here, because all the crafting stations are all right here. Somerset's another good one. They're basically, for these quests, you craft a couple of equipment items, or like potions, or a glyph, shit like that, and you just hand them into these things here. That there's always like a specific spot in these towns that has all the handing locations. So they're like, you don't have to go out of the city basically to do like a bunch of quests really quick. So yeah, 7 or 6 Jubilee boxes each day from that. And again, the reset is the same as it would be for the trade bars for using the cake. So you just keep an eye on these, and this is when you can get your next gold one or do your crafting writs. Doing Dolmens is another great way to get yourself some anniversary boxes. So this boss here, the one that spawns at the end, the red one, do a bit of damage to him. When he dies, he'll drop a gift box. Now, if there's too many people at the Dolmen, you may struggle to get it, because you have to do a certain amount of damage to the boss to be able to get the loot from him. So it's probably not a good idea going to Alakir, even though it will be the best area for doing Dolmens quickly. You only want there to be a few people so that you can always get like loot participation on that boss. So I would probably go check the Addon Dolmens first, these 3 here. It goes from bottom to top, and if that's too busy, probably go try to Shan. This one always goes left to right, so this one, and then it resets over here. Shadowfen is also another good example of it, like an area that's got easy Dolmens to get to, and usually it's less busy than the other ones. The only thing is I can't remember off the top of my head which way this goes. I think it goes top, left, and then right, and then top. But I'm not 100% sure on that. Yeah, you've got a way shrine right next to all these Dolmens that's really easy to get to. The only thing is, for this one, there's a bunch of enemies in the way here. So, yeah, just be a little careful. There's always a way to get to these Dolmens, so without fighting a single enemy, you just gotta... There's like a certain path you gotta take. The world bosses are also a way to get Jubilee gift boxes. And, you know, if you find a world boss that a lot of people are hanging around, you can just like chill here, watch YouTube, or do stuff in the background while you wait for it to respawn. It can be pretty straightforward. If it's only you though, these world bosses can be quite, like, they're tough, but it's mostly that they just take ages to kill. So I would probably go Dolmens. You can also do this with Delve, but all it takes is for like a few people to be at that Delve with like high damage, and it's a lot harder to kill, like to get loot for an enemy that like you just don't do any damage to because it dies in 2 seconds. So yeah, just make sure you choose, like, example, you know, Bankride, like a Delve out here somewhere. There's probably no one doing one of those, but yeah. The same thing for doing random normals. When you defeat the boss at the end, you'll also get Jubilee boxes. I don't think it's the case. No, it's not the other bosses. I think it's just the final bosses of, like, group content, which is annoying. You can't get it from other ones, but yeah. There's another option, so daily quests. So picking up daily quests from, like, the Mage's Guild daily quest to do a public dungeon, like, just loot a chest in there. Daily Dolmens, they're pretty good. Some of the Dolmens can be a pain in the ass, though. The daily Undaunted Delve, probably the least favorite of these 3 for me, but that's the way to get the affix script, which sometimes can be a pain in the ass to get all of. But yeah, that one there, you got to kill a Delve boss, which sometimes it can take a while for them to respawn if someone else has killed them. Each DLC dungeon, DLC zone, Vardenfell, Rothgar, Yeasbane, Gold Coast, these are all free now. So these all have daily Delve quests that you can do. So you go to the Delve, you press E, like interact with a bunch of things, and that's basically all the daily quest requires, and then you go back and hand it in. That's another way to get Jubilee boxes. Just be aware, you can only do each of these daily quests once a day, as per the daily quest. They can give you a bunch of stuff though. Each one can give you motifs, they give you style, like the equipment of the sets of those zones. Most of that stuff is pretty outdated these days, but still it's nice to get sometimes. So yeah, I think Pariah is still used a fair bit in PvP though, the one you get from Orsinium. But yeah, there's also the world boss dailies which you can do. If there's a lot of people running around, especially now that these zones are free, there'll probably be more people kicking around. But yeah, like for example, the world boss daily can be found here at the Scullars Hostel in Orsinium. And like other people can share the quests with you, so you can do 6 each day for those. And you can get a bunch of like Orsinium motifs, which can be quite nice as well. But yeah, that's these options here. The world bosses, the daily quests, they're the options I would do if you just don't want to do Dolmens, if you're bored of them, or if you just can't do Writs. Personally, I think Writs and Dolmens are just far and beyond better ways to get your gift boxes compared to the other ways. Alright, I think that's everything. Is it? Oh, no, there's one more thing. The Gold Coast Bazaar, yeah. So, if you want more stuff to spend your trade bars on, there is a whole list of shit here that you can buy. Some of it, I think, is... this stuff here it's weird. All this stuff is like previous events. Like as an example over here, you've got some of the hairstyles that you would have missed out on from daily rewards. You've got the houses that you used to get from like, this one's from the Necrom event. This one was in the monthly rewards as well. So you can get these for trade bars. Now just do be aware, yes, you'll only get like 3,000-ish trade bars from the event, but you can get a lot more from the Tamriel tomes, which I'm about to talk about. So yeah, don't worry. This amount of trade bars you can get relatively quickly. It's just, yeah, you'll need to save up and you'll need to choose exactly what you want to get, because there's a lot of stuff to spend your trade bars on. Yeah, pretty much everything from previous iterations of like events and stuff you'll be able to get from here if it's not in the Impresario and stuff like that. Like another good example is the customized actions. You've got the Gold Road recall as well. So yeah, just an example there. So yeah, if you want to get that, you just go to the Crown Store, and it's just a tab up here. It doesn't say the name for some weird reason. I'm assuming that's just bugged, but yeah. So just next to the oh wait, there's a new thing. What? Okay. Game is drunk. Yeah, anyway, so there's the Gold Coast Bazaar if you want to have a look. Right next to the Endeavours and Crown Store tabs. Now, Tamriel tomes. Firstly, I think the daily login is bugged. It hasn't claimed for me on any of my accounts. So I think this one's a bit broken. Also, the season ends in 96 days, but it's got 99 options. I think they just overlooked this and just... Maybe it was like this on PTS and they forgot to change it. Who knows? But yeah, gift boxes is here, and you've got a bunch of weekly challenges. Now, I will make a proper video on this, and I'll do separate videos covering each option and the best ways I think do each of them. But I want to be clear right now. If you start progressing one of these and you claim it, as you can see here, I've claimed 1 out of 5, you can no longer re-roll them once you claim them at least once. So yeah, that's a bit of a pain. Because if you want to, so what I would do is like re-roll them and then like whatever you've got, just like try and do the good ones and then re-roll them later. But yeah, it's a bit painful, this one. Like some of these can be painful. Like this one here is not too bad, it's just world bosses in base game, but Corinthak and Zendendunos, I would fucking re-roll this instantly, so I'm gonna do that. Yeah, Dangerous Foes, way easier. Even like, you could probably do all 5 of these options here way quicker than you could do a single Abomination one. So yeah, just skip that shit. But yeah, so you get your rerolls each day. I need to check if your rerolls are able to go past 5. Because on PTS, I ran out of rerolls and I logged off for like days and it only went up to like 5 or some shit. So yeah, it feels a bit weird. But yeah, I'll keep an eye on this one, and yeah, I'll get back to you on that. But yeah, I will be doing this soon, so don't worry. But yeah, that'll be it for this video. If you have any questions about anything, if I missed anything, if there's anything you want to add, just chuck a comment in. Or if you have any questions, yeah, I'll get back to you. But I'll leave it there. So thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your support as always. I wish you all a good Easter and a good Friday. And take care for now.